Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Sports Explainer. We are heading back to Vancouver's BC Place on July 2nd for a World Cup knockout match that honestly, nobody is going to forget anytime soon. The stakes were absolutely sky high, and the result, well, it was nothing short of a masterclass. Today we're diving into Switzerland's stunning 2-0 victory over Algeria, a true generational milestone.
88. Just let that monumental weight sink in for a second. That is exactly how many years Switzerland has waited for a World Cup knockout victory. We are talking about generations of fans, decades of squads, all hoping for a breakthrough on the world's biggest stage, only to be turned away time and time again. This single number represents almost a century of frustration, and it was completely shattered in one crisp, cool evening in Vancouver.
Section 1. 88-year wait is over. A historic night in Vancouver.
So on one side of this matchup, you had the triumphant release of pressure for the Swiss national team, and on the other, the absolute heartbreak of Algeria's exit. To give you an idea of the roller coaster we're about to break down, here's how the chaos unfolded in this ruthless game of margins. We start with some major fireworks early on with Embolo's goal in the 10th minute. Then, agonizing tension right before the half with Mazada's crucial miss. Boom, right out of the gates in the second half, and Ndoye strikes at the 46-second mark. And finally, late-game drama featuring a pretty shocking miss by Rieder. Let's get right into the action.
Section 2. Embolo's early counterattack. The 10th minute masterclass. So, for the first 10 minutes, Algeria was actually dominating possession. They were dictating the tempo. But Switzerland? They were patient. Step 1, the Swiss defense holds incredibly strong and wins the ball back deep in their own half. The transition is practically instantaneous. Step 2, they send 20-year-old Johan Manzambi sprinting down the left wing on this blistering counterattack. And the young player's vision here is just phenomenal. Step 3, Manzambi expertly squares the ball into the box, basically serving it on a silver platter for Breel Embolo. Embolo steers it right into the net from close range. It's his 26th international goal, punctuated by a fantastic knee slide celebration. 1-0 Switzerland. It was an absolute tactical masterclass in soaking up pressure and striking with deadly precision.
Now, after that early strike, Switzerland fiercely protected their lead. But it definitely wasn't a walk in the park. Right in first-half stoppage time, Algeria had a golden opportunity to equalize. Ibrahim Mazal found himself with a brilliant chance, but he dragged a snapshot just wide of the near post. You could literally hear the collective gasp in the stadium. It was the absolute best chance Algeria had, and it kept the suspense at an all-time high as the referee finally blew the whistle for halftime.
Section 3. The 46-second lightning strike. Ndoye's second-half belter.
If the first half was calculated, the start of the second half was unapologetic chaos. 46. That is how many seconds it took into the second half for Switzerland to practically slam the door shut on Algeria. We talk a lot about momentum in football, but to come out of the tunnel and deliver a knockout blow in under a minute, that requires a ruthless level of focus.
Here's what happened. An initial cross was sent into the Algerian box, and it was only partially cleared. The ball fell perfectly to Nottingham Forest's Dan Ndoye, and he didn't hesitate for even a fraction of a second. Ndoye unleashed an absolute blast from the top of the box. Algeria's goalkeeper Luca Zidane dove at full stretch, but there was absolutely no stopping it. He swept it home, securing his very first World Cup goal and giving Switzerland that absolutely vital 2-0 cushion.
Section 4. A miss and a farewell. The late-game drama.
Finding themselves down 2-0, Algeria desperately poured forward to save their tournament, which obviously left wide open spaces at the back. Now, I want you to contrast the flawless clinical execution of Embolo and Ndoye with substitute Fabian Rieder. Late in the game, Switzerland had a glorious opportunity to make it 3-0. Rieder finds himself with a completely open goal from extremely close range, and, inexplicably, he misses. It's a blunder so massive, it's already being dubbed the possible miss of the tournament. But thankfully for the Swiss, their 2-goal cushion meant this unbelievable miss didn't cost them their historic victory.
While Switzerland was off celebrating, Algeria had to face a pretty harsh reality. Captain Riyad Mahrez gave a deeply somber post-match interview. He said, "Our aim was to go through, and I think it was a game we could have won. But we conceded twice on mistakes, and at this level, you can't get away with it." And then came the gut punch for Algerian fans. "This was my last match with Algeria. It is incredibly moving to see such a legendary international career end right there in Vancouver. It really serves as a stark reminder of the harsh, unforgiving nature of knockout tournament football."
Section 5. The road ahead. Quarterfinals bound.
So,
The final whistle blows, sealing the 2-0 victory. And just like that, an 88-year curse is officially broken. The Swiss team executed a perfect game plan, punishing mistakes with devastating speed. But the big question now is, can Switzerland carry this historic momentum into July 7th against the winner of Colombia or Ghana? They'll be right back here in Vancouver for that massive clash. Have they finally unlocked the secret to deep tournament runs, or will the pressure of the quarterfinals prove to be a new hurdle? I highly recommend keeping a close eye on this Swiss team. What they did against Algeria was nothing short of brilliant. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.